Black Eagle fucking bug.
Welcome to Everyday Life. It's your boy Uncle Deacon coming to you to encourage you, motivate you, elevate you, educate you, but most of all, love you. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Uncle Deacon. Today I got a good one for you. So today we're going to talk about black men being so angry and why black women are bitter. But the way we gonna address this, we gonna go with why black men and women feel so far apart. Now, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and dive right into this joint. Welcome to Everyday Life with me, your boy Uncle Deacon. This is the podcast where we talk about real life, real pain, real growth, real conversations people are usually too uncomfortable to have. Today's episode, like I told you, why black men and black women feel so far apart. And before anyone gets defensive, this ain't about blaming black women. This ain't about blaming black men. This ain't, this is about understanding how we got here emotionally. And somewhere along the way, love just started feeling like war. Now, y'all know what I'm talking about. Conversations done turned into competitions, relationships done turned into survival, and now all of that, well, I'm sorry, everybody's walking around hurt, calling it strength. And so today, we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. So now I have a question for y'all. When did love become a battle? Hmm. I'm going to let y'all sit back and think on that. Because I remember growing up, hearing other people talk about black love like it was sacred. Y'all heard it before. We gonna ride together, die together. We gonna build. We gonna make the standard. But somewhere over time, things shifted. Now, every time you open up social media, you got women bashing men, men bashing women. Don't nobody trust nobody. It's it's become a war. Everybody talking, but ain't nobody listening. And honestly, I think of a lot of people aren't angry because they hate each other. I think they're angry because they're disappointed. Yeah. Because listen, hurt changes people. Betrayal, that should change you too. Struggling alone, that changes you. Some black men, listen, watch this. Some black men emotionally are unavailable because nobody ever taught them how to process pain. Some black women became emotionally guarded because life forced them to survive without protection. And if you stand and look at both sides, looking at each other saying, why are you so hard? And they asking this without even asking the words. It's just a look. Or what happened to you? Well, you know what? Let's talk about my brothers first. Let's talk about my brothers. The angry black man. Now listen, y'all. A lot of us as men, we grew up hearing, man up. Stop crying. Figure that shit out. Nobody taught it emotional language. Nobody taught us emotional language. So now what happens? Pain turns into silence, silence turns into anger, and eventually anger becomes an identity. Some men feel like they only matter when they provide something. But but this is the God honest truth. And what can they provide? Money, protection, status. But emotionally, they feel invincible. And a lot of black men are walking around here carrying rejection, pressure, father wounds, financial stress, fear of failure, and never talk about it. What's the other thing they do? Run to the bottom. Then people wondering why they shut down emotionally. Well, when you haven't been taught how to process and how to deal with it or how to get over it, then emotionally, we're just not there. And I know a lot of brothers right now walking around and they say these words: I don't give a damn. And nobody really understands what they're saying. What they're telling you is that emotionally, I'm not there. Can't feel what you feel. Uh-uh. Fuck that. And literally, that's what it is. Why? Because many of us was taught that vulnerability is a weakness. You can't be vulnerable. You can't go back to none of your other brothers crying and, oh, bro, I don't know what to do. My heart hurt, my head hurt. Nope, can't do that. That's soft. Women do that. Men, we just deal with it. Some men don't know how to communicate because nobody ever communicated with them properly, especially growing up in the 80s. Oh, baby, we was cussed out. We was everything that was disgusting on this earth for a long period of time. I thought my name was motherfucker. And that was from my dad. From my mama, I thought my name was son of a bitch. Because that's, I mean, my behavior. So that's what they call me majority of the time. Because I pissed them off. But that doesn't excuse toxic behavior. But it explains some of the emotional distance. Now, here's another uncomfortable truth. Some black men feel constantly criticized, like no matter what they do, it's never enough. So eventually they stop trying emotionally, or they become defensive before the conversations even start. Have you ever dealt with an individual like that? Here it is, you coming to talk to this brother, and before you can even say his name, immediately he on the defensive. And he attacking the conversation. A lot of this stems from that. So now I want to switch gears here. Let's talk about the women. Now, the bitter black woman. Now, before anybody gets offended by the word bitter, let's be honest. Sometimes when people call what people call bitterness, it's really exhaustion. A lot of black women had to grow up fast, carry responsibilities early, fix everybody else's problem, be strong for everybody. Some experienced abandonment, some were betrayed repeatedly, some loved men who never gave emotionally. How could I say this? Okay, some loved men who never emotionally showed up for them. Never. What do you mean show up emotionally? You can't even buy her flowers. You can't give her a hug. You can't, sit down and be vulnerable. Listen to her, what she's telling you that she needs. And you have the emotional capacity to reciprocate that or make her feel secure or give her some advice. But now back to these women. And if I was to put in these women's shoes, after enough disappointment, survival mode gonna kick in. Walls go up, trust disappears, softness starts feeling dangerous. So now you got women saying, I don't need a man. But deep down, some of them are tired of carrying everything alone. And let's talk about it honestly. Society praises Black women for being strong, but rarely ever check on whether they're emotionally okay. Strong, and here's where a lot of us get this mixed up at. Strong does not mean unhurt. I'm going to say that one more time for y'all. Strong does not mean unhurt. Independence doesn't mean fulfilled. And sometimes anger is just pain that never got confronted. See, I'm sounding like a Baptist preacher. But I'm serious though. Anger, most times, anger is just pain that never got confronted. We're so quick to look over it and go past it. And then you have these men that's in these relationships that emotionally cannot connect with this woman. So he can't understand her pain and try to help her get over it, help her deal with it. So now it's just sitting there. And on top of that, here comes some more. And here comes some more. And here comes some more. And then a buildup happens. Then what you think gonna happen? Oh, you think I can tell you what happened? Social media starts attacking. Social media starts playing and everybody here, which is why I try to stay away from it as much as possible. But sometimes by me being a podcast, trying to start a podcast, I have to be on social media. But I try not to indulge in a lot of the rhetoric because let's be real, social media turned pain into entertainment. Gender wars gets views. Toxic clips go viral. Nothing gets rewarded online for healthy communication. This podcast might not even go the way I want it to go because I'm not over here doing the disrespect. I don't have drama over here. I'm not trying to divide anything. I'm not trying to destroy anybody. But disrespect, drama, division, that shit spread fast. Now, people are building entire opinions about Black men and women from trauma clips online. One bad relationship becomes all being cheap. One heartbreak becomes women only want money. And after a while, people stop dating individuals. Now they just want to talk on social media, and then these social media relationships, you better not be on nobody else's page. And if you on somebody else's page, you a hoe, you a thot, you ain't faithful. So now everybody on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and Bingo and all the rest of them doing all this bad mouthing about somebody that they met online and never saw them in person. Hmm. Y'all really ain't ready for this. And it goes even a little further because while we're doing all this online dating, guess what, y'all? Now these people are looking for stereotypes. What stereotype? You know, the niggas that ain't shit. The niggas that can't connect. The niggas that don't want to connect. The nigga that's going to talk about them like a dog and put their business out there. That's what they're looking for. That's what they attract. That's the mind state because nobody has ever had the real conversation. But here's the question nobody asks enough of. How do we heal? I'm going to say it again so y'all can hear that question. How do we heal? So, first, I want to talk about accountability and healing. And I think I might be able to close everything up from here, but we shall see. Because I felt like a Baptist preacher, and yeah, I might go outside my notes. So, healing starts with accountability, not blame, accountability. Know your part, know your role. Yes, you've been hurt in the past, you've done that, but now let's look at your behavior as an adult since that happened. Yes, you did this. Yes, you were messy. Yes, you were everything that were wrong. But you don't have to beat yourself up and say that. You just have to be accountable, recognize it, hold it. Now, black men, we got to learn emotional intelligence. What are you saying, brother? What do you mean we got to learn emotional intelligence? We have to learn how to communicate. What do you mean by communicate? Hey, baby, look, I had a long day at work. I'm stressed out. I love you. I'm here. We definitely can conversate, but can you give me like 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes. I want to smoke a cigarette, have me a little sip real quick, unwind from work, then we can dive into it or whatever is going on. Number two, being present. Your presence is everything. Sometimes your woman just might want to hug on you and cry on you. She don't really need you to talk. She don't need you to go and beat somebody ass or do anything like that. What she really needs is for you to be present. That's it. And number three, I know y'all gonna hate me on this, but number three, because this is my biggest one. I ain't gonna lie, I'm still working on consistency. You have to be consistent in your relationship. You have to be consistent as a man. You have to be consistent. Consistency is everything. I cannot express this no more. Consistency is everything. And Black women deserve emotional safety. They also deserve honesty and partnership. What do you mean for partnership, bro? I'm there. That's my girl. No, see, partnership is if my girl go through it, I'm gonna do it. If I got it, my girl got it. If my girl hurt, I'm hurt. It's us together. It's not just about, oh, this is my girl. There's more to that. It's work that goes into that. Love goes into that. Emotional goes into that. If you want that thing to work, you gotta put it to work. It's just like AA, just like church. If you want God to work, you gotta work Him. You gotta read that Bible and pray. If you want to be delivered from drugs and you go into AA, you gotta do them steps. You gotta put in the work. But now check this out. Black women also gotta stop expecting perfection from broken men who are still learning how to heal. Both sides got work to do. Listen, hurting people hurts people. And I know I'm gonna say this again, but we cannot heal while competing over who suffered more. I promise you we can't. Pain is not a competition. The real enemy is unhealed trauma. The real enemy is unhealed trauma. What's that? Pride, ego, and fear. That's what destroying connections. And until we deal with that, we are going to keep hurting each other while pretending we don't care. Now, you know what I think a lot of people really want? Think they want peace. They want somebody safe, somebody they don't have to perform for. They could just be themselves. Somebody who understands them emotionally. But you can't build healthy love on top of untreated pain. Hurt people don't just hurt people, they also push them away. People that's trying to love you, you're pushing them away. Now, listen, y'all, I'm finna get ready and get up out of here. But at the end of the day, Black men and Black women, we're not enemies. We are reflections of each other's pain, struggles, hopes, fears, and survival. And maybe instead of asking, who's the problem? We should start asking, how do we heal together? This is Everyday Life with your boy, Uncle Deacon. If this conversation touched you, challenged you, or made you think, share this episode with somebody. And remember, healing starts with honest conversation. I'll see you all on the next episode. And remember, please share, subscribe, like all my videos. And like I say at the end of every video,